my fellow rainbows, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Hurt. This video is by Ice Cream Sandwich. I will be making sure to link them down below. Ice Cream Sandwich, please do not copyright strike me. I would enjoy that very much. Anyways, let's jump into this.
I'm online looking at the rate of bone fractures in the United States, and it says here on this very fancy website that approximately 6.8 million Americans break a bone each year. Considering the population of the United States is about 300 million, that gives us about roughly 2 out of every 10 Americans break their bones annually. And that means that 8 out of every 10 Americans don't break their bones annually. And I have never broken my bone.
Neither have I.
Means, by the law of transitivity, I am 8 out of every 10 Americans. Millions of people in the United States alone are breaking their bones and having to deal with unimaginable pain. And I consider myself really lucky to have never had to go through that pain.
I do too.
That terrible, just horrible, terrible, terrible, horrible pain. But I have hurt myself. Not on purpose, but just because I'm being an idiot. Or because I'm near an idiot. That idiot is also usually me. I've stubbed my toes, I got hit in the face with a shoe, fallen off of a skateboard, fallen downstairs. I've fallen down the stairs more than I'd like to admit. One time with an entire plate of spaghetti, but that was more of an emotional pain than a physical one. So, I've never broken a bone, but the worst pain I've had to deal with was in college on an inflatable obstacle course. I was spending the better part of an absolutely gorgeous day inside when I hear fun coming from outside my window. I go to see what it is, and I see all of these inflatable bouncy castles and obstacle courses outside on the mall, which is like the main area of the school. Near the end of the year, when finals happen, the school rents out this third-party entertainment company to blow up all of these obstacle courses and games for the students to play on so they can unwind for finals, which makes sense, and it's really nice. And it's a lot better than some half-hearted email about how not to let finals get to your head. This was, instead, a really nice thing for the school to do. It was actually really nice. They had bouncy castles, an obstacle course, and they had one that you had to do, like, this. I don't know how to explain it. It's not important. What is important is the obstacle course, because that's where all of my friends are hanging out. As I'm looking out the window, I can see that they're taking turns racing each other through the obstacle course to see who's faster. Clearly they were having a blast, and I want some blast. So I went outside to go meet them. Time racing for most of the afternoon, and during this I'm actually winning most of the races. You see, I had an advantage. While most people are fast or strong, my body is wiggly, which is perfect for an inflatable obstacle course environment. I can get around and over and through most any obstacle with relative ease. This allowed me to get a pretty big head about winning, because I was doing it a lot. The day was wrapping up, and inflatable things were starting to be taken down. But I wanted one more race, because I was on a winning high. One for the road, you know? The obstacle course was like this. Start, get over some bumps, dive through a hole, duck through some sideways pillars, then climb up a wall, and then slide down the other side, and whoever touches the bottom platform first wins. So the race starts, and that's exactly what I go through. Over the bumps, through the hole, sideways pillars, climb up the wall, and at this point, I'm pretty far ahead of my roommate. With the extra time I've gained, I decided I was going to be flashy. So, down, What ended up happening was the inflatable structure was not fully inflated. There was a hole in it somewhere, so there was a lot of give to the inflatable course. And because I had jumped off of the top instead of sliding down, all of my inertia when I landed on the bottom platform punched through to the ground and did nothing to stop my momentum. I ended up landing all of my weight onto one of my ankles, and it really hurt. Now, I've never broken a bone before, but in this moment, I sincerely thought thought that I had. The guy who was taking down the obstacle course, like, peeked around the corner and was like, "You good?" And because I'm an idiot and embarrassed, I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Cool," and then left. I was absolutely writhing in pain, though. My friends had to drag me aside and lay me down because I couldn't stand up on my own. Thankfully, I have really good and loving friends, and one of them was actually a practicing nurse. So she went and grabbed a kit of a nurse thing and looked at my foot and told me to go to the doctor. I agreed, but because I couldn't exactly stand right yet, we decided to wait for the crippling pain to subside a little bit before we left. So to pass the time, my good and loving friends made jokes at my expense. Eventually, we do end up getting to the doctor. Agree, so we go and get my foot x-rayed. And they determined my foot was fine, not broken.
Why is his leg still... I get it's supposed to, like, resemble, like, it's, like, so-called broken or, like, really hurt. But...
just a sprain, which is really hard to believe because of how much pain I had to go through. Also, it's been like 3 years and it still hurts. Ow. But they insisted that it was just a sprain, so never broken a bone. So that's the worst I've ever been hurt without breaking anything. In one hand, I have the pain I've been talking about, spraining my ankle, and that hurt. That was really bad.
That was mad hurt.
I have pain I've never experienced before, which is breaking a bone. Actually, really breaking a bone. Knowing what this felt like, I don't know if I could survive this pain. But there's only one way to find out. Thanks for watching this video. Before I go,
Okay. I'm gonna share a story with you guys. So, there's been multiple times where I have, like, come really close to breaking a bone. Like, I was in 4th grade, and we were swinging on the swing set. And you know, like normal kids do, you jump off the swing. And yeah, I went to jump off the swing and my hand was like latched around the what was the thing that holds the swing. Okay. Okay, whatever. And yeah, my arm was like stuck around it or something, or it was like pinching it. And I went to jump off the swing. The swing went back, like, because I jumped when it was forward, obviously, and then went back while while my wrist was on it. It yanked me back, and I fell onto my wrist and popped a bone like out of place. It wasn't really out of place, but like, it was off to the side more than it probably should have been. And then there was another time where I went to get a ball. And my brother pushed me. I don't know how his tiny body can push my long body, but it did. But he did, and it happened. And I fell onto my knee like really, really hard. And I couldn't feel my knee for like a good 10-15 minutes. So that happened. I've also fell on my face once while riding a bike. And that was fun. Okay, a lot of rambling. Anyways, have you guys ever broken a bone? Have you ever got a sprain? Have you ever popped a bone out of place? Oh my god, No, don't do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check that description down below. You guys know the rules. I then left the building. Peace. Bye. I love you. Stay safe.